You know, I'll never forget the day a white buddy of mine said black people don't deserve equality because they could never get enough. And that's true. White people are actually scared of equality. That's just how racist we are as a people.
Why do white people hate black people so much? I have been in situations where I've been surrounded by nothing but white people. And this conversation has come up. The race conversation has come up. And no,
NYC Black, I'm gonna pray for you, brother, but it's people like you, it's racists like you that's kept a cloud over this country for so long, you know what I'm saying, because y'all are so ignorant and so not knowledgeable and smart people.
Alright everyone, and welcome back to this channel. I hope you are all doing good. There is a shift that is happening right now, and not everyone is comfortable with it. A growing number of people are starting to notice something unusual. Black Americans are stepping back from issues that many once expected them to be at the center of. And for some, that silence or independence is raising serious questions. So let me roll into these clips. I'll be coming back with more commentaries. And in case of any thoughts, kindly feel free to let me know in the comment section. Otherwise, stay.
NYC Black, I'm gonna pray for you, brother, but it's people like you, it's racists like you that's kept a cloud over this country for so long, you know what I'm saying, because y'all are so ignorant and so not knowledgeable and smart people are so far past that fucking division tactic. That's a made up ass division tactic. We're past that shit. You can't divide us no more. We're united together. United we stand. United we're strong, baby. I'm gonna pray for you, NYC Black, cause you need prayer. You're the problem in this fucking country. Peace.
Not just that one person. White culture in general. Probably I would say most white people, when they hear the word equality, they fear that white people will be oppressed because brown, black, and indigenous people might actually get what's fair and just. That's just how racist we are. And we're so obsessed with the idea of not having equality in America for black, brown, and indigenous people that we don't have health care, that we don't have economic equality. We don't have reasonable gun laws. Our liberties are being stripped because we have a fascist, racist, white supremacist regime in office because we are so scared of equality. We're so scared that black and brown folks might become the majority one day. That we had a black president and now we've got to have a white supremacist president. That's how scared we are of equality. That's how racist we are as a people. Go to the fucking root. The root of America's problems. The root of the white man and the white woman, their problems, and America and the world. If you think about it, colonialization, white supremacy, the mentality of white people today, not just yesterday, today, right now, the denial racially, the silence, the apathy, the continuous gaslighting, all that fucking shit. That's ruined us. It's ruined white people, and it's ruining our nation. And whose fault is it? White people's fault. Their inability to fucking fix their goddamn problem. Until we fix white supremacy, everything we try will fail. It's dysfunctional and it's toxic, and Trump and this regime is the perfect proof of all that shit. How we got in this fucking mess? White people's bullshit. White people's racist fucking bullshit. Period.
no one ever has an actual reason as to why they hate black people. There is no reason. It's a deep-seated jealousy, a deep-seated hate that, you know, black people exude greatness. Black people are the great inventors. And white people have worked so hard to erase the history and erase the greatness of the black race. Down to even when things are invented, the majority of things that are invented were invented by a black person. But yet the white race has actually erased the original inventor from history and have put their names on things that they had no business putting their names on.
I do think that white people are absolutely jealous of black people, specifically with the community, and also with like fashion and music and everything else that is appropriated. But by design of what whiteness is, it inherently lacks community. And I think we're absolutely jealous of that. And I've heard biracial people say that they do see that difference in their own families. Because in addition to European cultures being more individualistic than cultures from Africa, South America, and indigenous North American cultures, the invention of whiteness in America erased a lot of ties to actual culture. So when I say like white people, black community, I'm not talking about like Polish people or German people or Irish people. As I explained in my book, I just wrote the intro and I'm working on the conclusion today. Y'all keep me in your prayers. In the course of human history, white is a relatively new term. As we discussed in the introduction to this book, white is a North American term emerging from the 1600s as a term to justify the enslavement of Africans and squelch revolts from poor Europeans and indentured servants. Before this term, Europeans would identify with their nationalities. The Irish, Italians, Germans, French are all very different cultures. Thus, there is not the same communal tie to whiteness as there is for people from other communities. Further, since white was created to be a divider, a separator, it is not a happy identity. It is not something people want to admit they relate to. It doesn't have a rich, healthy history. Speaking as a white American who has conducted national level research on white Americans, we tend to say things like we have German, Irish, Italian, etc. ancestry, even if we have never been to those places. This is because all white Americans have ties to immigration, and because these identities are actual cultures, they do not have roots only in oppression. Now, we know who started colonization, right? So this is the book I'm trying to finish by Monday and send to the editor. There's a free chapter in my bio if you're interested on one of the unwritten rules of work. The book is predominantly about class, but I talk about 3 other identities that you can't talk about class without talking about these other identities, and race is absolutely one.
As you continue watching, guys, in today's heated social climate, there is a new conversation that is taking center stage, one that is making many people uncomfortable. The growing realization that Black Americans are choosing not to engage in certain political and social battles has sparked confusion, it has sparked frustration and even fear among some white communities. Why does this shift feel so unsettling? What does it reveal about past expectations, power dynamics, and accountability? And most importantly, what happens when a group of long expected to react simply does not? So guys, in this video we are just here to break down the reactions, the underlying tensions, and the deeper meaning behind this moment. From the social media debates to the real world conversations, let's explore why this silence or independence is speaking louder than ever. It is not just about race, it is about responsibility, it is about perception and a changing cultural landscape that many did not see coming. Just watch till the end to understand the full picture and decide for yourself. Is this fear? Is it misunderstanding or something much deeper? And please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for more real conversations. Let's get into this remaining clip. I'll be back.
Dear white people, I know in 2025 that Trump and all the racist podcasters have you all feeling really emboldened that you can just walk around and say the most racist shit that you want anytime with no consequences or repercussions. Well, here are 5 things that if you say to a black person, it's gonna get you fucked up on the spot. And by fucked up, I mean get your motherfucking ass beat. Number 5, black people can be racist too. Well, no, black people can't be racist, and let me tell you why. Because racism is culture turned into law in order to perpetuate a culture. Now ask yourself this question. When was the last time a black person wrote a law that said you as a white person could not go to a certain school, could not patronize a certain business, could not live in a certain neighborhood, could only drink from a certain water fountain, and had to enter and exit through the back of a building based on the color of your skin? I will answer that for you. That would be fucking never. So don't go around and say, black people can be racist too. Can black people not like shit? Sure. And 9 times out of 10, if we don't like some shit, it's just because it was fucking with us first. But we don't look around and go, it's different for me, so I don't like it. So no, black people cannot be racist too. Say that shit to a black person, you'll get your motherfucking ass beat. Number 4, Black people owned slaves too. Well, yes, there was a small minority of black slave owners in the South. But let's look at the situations and circumstances under which those black people owned slaves, shall we? 9 times out of 10, the slaves that they owned were their family members. Now, I know what you're saying. Why would you own your family members as slaves? Good question. I'll answer that for you. Imagine living in a world where you had to go and buy your mother, your father, your...
Yes, you know, for decades, the race conversation in America have followed a familiar pattern. Whenever major social or political tensions rise, Black Americans, they are often expected to respond, they are often expected to react, they are often expected to mobilize or to take a stand. But you know, recently, something different is happening. In certain conversations, especially online, there is a noticeable shift. Instead of immediate engagement, there is distance. Instead of reaction, there is observation. And that change is being interpreted in very different ways depending on who you ask. Yes, some white Americans are expressing confusion, others are openly frustrated. You'll hear questions like, why aren't they speaking up? Why aren't they involved? Don't they care about what is happening? But underneath those questions, there is often something deeper, an expectation that has quietly existed for a long time, an expectation that certain groups will always show up in certain ways regardless of the situation. For many Black Americans, this moment is not about silence, it is about choice. A choice to prioritize their own issues, a choice to step away from battles that don't directly impact their communities, a choice to redefine where their energy goes. And that shift challenges a long standing dynamic. Because when people stop playing a role that others are used to, it forces everyone to rethink the situation. Yes, change is rarely comfortable, especially when it disrupts expectations. For some, this shift can feel like a loss of support. For others, it raises difficult questions about accountability. If a group that was once expected to help carry certain conversations steps back, who fills that space? And more importantly, who takes responsibility? This is not just about race, it is about evolving social dynamics. It is about how different communities are redefining their roles in a changing world. It is about independence, boundaries, and the power of choosing when and where to engage. And it highlights something important, that not every issue belongs to everyone. Sometimes stepping back is not disengagement, it is clarity. So, what we are seeing right now is not just silence, it is a shift in perspective, a shift that is forcing uncomfortable conversations and challenging old assumptions. The real question is, how will people respond to that change? Will it lead to better understanding or deeper division? That's something still unfolding. Yes, what do you think about this shift? Is it being misunderstood or is it revealing something deeper? Just drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more discussions like this. Thank you. Of course, all credit belongs to the original creators of the video. In this video, it's meant for educational purposes and commentary purposes as well. Thank you so much. Be blessed. Peace be with you. Until the next one.